friends, and the vegan juice fasting today. Once a week I do that. Meanwhile, well, 5, 6, 7 years, I don't know, but it sums up. After 7 years of weekly juice fasting, always one day only, you have one whole year of fasting. And that's big, right? So it really sums up, and for now I've been fasting really pretty much every week once. In the average, I really feel not like eating on these days. The day approaches and I don't feel like eating. I'm not hungry. I'm not going there into the kitchen looking for something. I'd rather feel like sitting there, doing my work on the computer or doing yoga, meditation, being creative. And what I do like is making new recipes. That is a juice recipe always on these days. Today it is a green juice, and green juices are special there because they are so high in nutrients. Fasting is not about reducing nutrients. It is about reducing calories. That's a big difference. Calories is the most energy we need. The energy that burns in our body, the sugar that is burned in our body, and reduce that. All we do is also the work the intestinal system has to do. When we absorb food, the body takes 60% of the energy in the food for the digestion. And on fasting days, there's no need to do that. We are free. We just take in the energy, the pure energy of the food, and in this, greens are amazing. And among the greens, the kale is outstanding. There is no other vegetable with such a nutrient content. This is a special kind of kale. It is a little bit called dinosaur kale, that's what it is called. It's a black kale in Germany. It's called black kale. And in Germany, especially in wintertime, we have kale after the frost is coming, the cold is coming, but in other countries all over the year. And meanwhile, some German health food shops have kale also all through the year, so we can all make it and enjoy it. And it is an amazing, as I said, and today I combine it very easy, new combination, and that's what I was talking about before, the creativity. I try new flavors. I have two two combinations here. I have apple and mango. You both have not been peeled, just seeded. You can see here, peel is on, and that is very important. If you have organic fruit. If not organic, you better take the peel off. It doesn't really matter, but it is important here for the new flavor because in the peel, not only the highest nutrient content, because it's like spinning the nutrients, you see like in the spinning, you see the nutrients are floating outside and collecting on the peel outside. And they go around and around in the vortex. When the fruit is growing, everything makes these circular movements. Then the energy is spreading outside and is contained beyond the peel, under the peel directly. So that's why always in the outside parts of fruits is the most of the nutrients. So the peel is important here for nutrients, but also for the flavor. We know that the nutrients and the flavor, we have receptors for flavor in our mind, and these receptors also are those are flavor particles in the food. That's what we learned from science recently. Has also the special health benefits. So flavor is not just to enjoy with the senses. It is, of course, but it is also special health benefits. That's interesting. So flavor is more important than what many might think. Also, so to me it's very important because it's my first approach to food. I look at it. It has to be beautiful, like a fruit or a plant, or then I taste it, smell it, I taste it, touch it. And these sensual aspects of the food are very special, very important. The flavor, of course, is the most important because food has to be eaten. So that's what makes this flavor so special. And I think we can evolve our flavor, our taste buds, to taste what's really good and healthy for us. That would be, I guess, the best flavor that is both at the same time super healthy and super delicious. And it's up to us what we want, how we want to evolve our bodies and our minds. If we go for the best for ourselves, that would be also at the same time the best for the animals and that moment, yeah. Healthy and good for the rest of the world. So that would be perfect, right? And I guess that's not so difficult to reach. It begins all with being vegan, not harming anyone, not harming especially animals. They have the most sorrow today, or we have the foremost of sorrow for them today, the vegans, because the animals suffer so much. We can reduce all that, not only, but we also can, that would be the huge part, reducing the animal suffering. But we can also have our own benefits, because we are having the first time the opportunity really to develop this special vegan flavor, a flavor that is not only no harm to others, but also it is a new experience. Yeah? It is so good for us. Yeah? Can feel so good. But I think we have to explore it first. We don't have that much experience with this kind of flavor. I don't know if people actually believe what I say here, that there is such a thing as a vegan flavor. Especially when we go to the food, we all like so much, the comfort food. We eat at special celebration days when we fry things and make it crispy and all these things that are not so good for our health, but we like it anyway. So maybe we can evolve our flavor, our taste buds, to having a more healthy food. And I guess the most important thing is to begin with the vegan food, plant food, then plant-based food, then we have a chance to see what really deliciousness is. I think maybe it's a crazy idea. I think it's something, there's something about it. I'm finding out, and on my fasting days I always make a new flavor. Today it's a kale, mango and apple juice. Let's see what it tastes like in the end, and if I can even build on it. Yeah? A good basic flavor, yeah, with the good ingredients, a good flavor can be also evolved into more refinement with others, like maybe with lemon or ginger to begin and other things. Let's see. Yeah, that's my juice. It's almost a liter. That's a nice lunch today. Juices here are like what I usually eat, maybe a soup or a salad or a pudding or breakfast. That is replaced by juices. Yeah, I take a large juice here, almost a liter, and I have 2 apples in there, 1 mango, a large mango, medium large, and 5 leaves of kale, long leaves with the stems. Everything can be juiced here, and I want to know what it tastes like. That's the big thing. Yeah. Is it a new flavor? Can I use it? Can I build on it? Can I make more? Let's see. Wow. I definitely never had that flavor. It's very nice. It's sweet and delicious, and the green is there. I show you what the juice looks like. It's a creamy juice and really a full meal here on a fasting day. And that makes also juice fasting so nice. Yeah, you can still have meals and still are wonderful fasting. Do this fasting. It's very healthy, and it's a charm also of the fasting, of the gentle juice fasting, as we call it, that everybody can do it, because you can balance, of course, if you are having a bad feeling like a headache, or feel nauseous or something. You maybe don't feel so balanced. Maybe you just have some more food. You can also have a smoothie, to begin to give your digestion a little bit more to work, so the effect of detoxification is not that strong. You slow it down and you eat a little bit. You can also have a coffee or something if you like to have coffees usually, and you don't have a coffee on a fasting day. You just have one if you have a headache sometimes. We don't want to push ourselves to make us feel bad and painful, because the idea behind this is this, the gentle juice fasting. It's gentle, it's always feeling delightful, is that the energy keeps flowing. As soon as you feel a pain and you don't want to have that, then the energy flow is interrupted, and that the healing is interrupted. Healing means that the energy flows inside and you can feel that flow of energy. That is what we call the flow in the tree yoga, where the flow has been brought into the yoga by Kali Ray, Yogini Kaiji, and she was also the one who hinted to the moon fasting, tree yoga moon fasting, gentle juice fasting. And that's why I have now gone away from this really rigid fasting disciplines for days and weeks of only drinking water, doing my yoga practice. I did that for decades, yeah, really, and it was nice and was very strong and powerful, but this way is gentle, and I feel it's more effective, brings me further. It's, to me, that's now the most effective way of fasting, is doing this juice fasting, and it is not only because of me, of myself, because I think this kind of fasting really can be done by everyone. Yeah? That is the charm also of the vegan movement. And it's really, the vegan movement is also so successful because it is easy. Everybody can do that. Everybody just can eat just plants. We know that. Health science, medical science have found out about this, that we don't need, not even need meat or animal products. It is even better, yeah, to go only plant-based, because that is healthier. It is better for our health. Just that. And that made the vegan movement jump. There was 2013, I guess, and the first big medical studies have been published. Only after that time, at that time, the vegan movement went global, and a huge rise in numbers was to be seen, because the people, of course, are concerned for their health. Yeah, that's the biggest industry. One of the biggest industry everywhere in industrialized countries is the health industry, health and nutrition. Especially clear that is to be seen in Europe, where it is the biggest of all other industry businesses. It's health and nutrition. In America, I guess it is a little bit different because of the military industry. It's also very, very high. But in Germany and in whole Europe, I think it's 3.4 trillion euros every year only for health and nutrition, the money that is flowing around, and that is the biggest factor. So people care for their health and nutrition, obviously, and that I think is the obvious reason, and the very simple reason to understand why the vegan movement jumped globally so high only after the big health studies have come out. Yeah, health is a big something big, and same with a gentle juice fasting. Everybody can do it. Yeah? It's so easy. You don't need to see a doctor for that, and you don't feel so bad, so good. Then you just eat something. No problem. Just reduce your calories and do it every week. Yeah, over the years, through the years. Don't stop doing it, and then you will see the big success more and more, and it's really overwhelming. It's so nice, so nice. After 5-6 years now doing this, I feel so great. I don't want to miss it anymore. If I skip a juice fasting day, well, it can happen when friends are around, I've been at a party or so. That is more important to me, because what counts is that I do it every week or through the years. You can skip one day, it doesn't so matter. So more important the social aspects, that you feel good with your friends. Also very important for the health. Health is mental, physical and social well-being, as is defined by the World Health Organization. Still a pretty good organization, even if there are some flaws now, but the health definition is very cool, and it includes everything. Yeah, it's not only the nutrients you take in, that's important, but also the social well-being, yeah, the mental. So don't be too rigid. That's my maxim. Not too rigid. Balanced, always balanced. That's the perfect way to do it. If you like that, you can also go to Facebook. There's a group that calls Tree Yoga Moon Fasting. You find it on Facebook. I will post there. I've been posting there a new recipe for juices once a week. In the average is the moon calendar for the best fasting days and most efficient. But you start with one day a week. That's cool. Just pick a day that will fit in your schedule and your family and your work life and schedule. Then and keep it up. That's my advice. And there are like-minded people. Sometimes others are also posting something. It's always very nice to have a little conversation, a little exchange, a little feeling that others are doing it at the same time too. Okay, and that's so much for today. If you like my video, thumbs up. maybe subscribe Emily Vegan on YouTube, have another video every single day, and find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter.